Motorsports, a comprehensive rundown of all the local racing action with your host, Steve Perry.
People tell me when they see me, you're the guy that made me come.
Highlights, in-depth interviews, and stories behind the action. Add to the show at 207-324-1220. Live on the radio, live video stream, and on demand as a podcast. Now, let's get local. Mainly Motorsports.
Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and do we have a packed house today? Obviously, I'm your host. Debbie's here, luckily, because the van made it, right? We'll get into that later. Andy Austin. Tristan Bodwell has come in to join us today, and obviously Greg taking up a lot of the air in the room, but so excited. I mean, we get to talk racing. We got a celebrity in the room that's coming off a feature win, and, you know, Andy didn't go to the races this weekend, but obviously...
I went the last 2 weekends.
Oh, yeah,
That was
so
like
now
a
we're
record.
going to take like a month off, right?
Dude, I'm not going until the end of the month now.
Well, you had a busy weekend work-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
I was busy petting dogs and taking woofies.
Do I get to go to one of those things?
Dude,
one of those dogs?
yes.
Things? No, I'm never going.
Why not?
No.
Steve will
Woof
end up with a
stock.
dog in this passenger seat.
I went to this thing with Animal Welfare Society. One of the things we did was Woofstock. We did the car show. So, yeah, unfortunately, like, my job's also in entertainment, so it's
Never
racing is on the weekends, and so is a lot of the radio stuff that we do.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
you're right. But no, I don't. Dogs.
He doesn't do dogs.
I don't do dogs.
Are you scared of dogs?
Kind of.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not scared of dogs.
Okay.
I just,
Yeah.
no. I know people need dogs in their life to,
Yeah, but
No, that's how he threatens me. If I bring a dog home,
if you never have the guts to get rid of me,
Just
and you
bring a
don't want to
dog
tell me,
home.
just bring
Right.
a dog home.
He'll
so
be
you're
gone.
scared of dogs?
No.
Dude, how
No.
could you be...
People love dogs, but
he's so selfish, a dog would take up some of his
I love
space.
my dog more than
And I
like-
never would have thought that.
like
Tristan, do you have a
Vicky
dog?
is Vicky.
you do have a dog?
It's
No,
like
no
Vicky
dog.
the dog,
Vicky
and
the
then
dog?
Oh, at
everybody
least
else.
Vicky's
well,
there.
my mother,
See?
my
Not
mother
in
and
our
sister.
house. It's Steve, then Debbie.
See,
Right.
at
Right?
least Vicky raised.
Before this show goes to the dogs, I want to, say a shout out to our sponsors here tonight, Rejuvenate, Canna, supplying the best flour to the state of Maine, and some cool retail news for those guys coming up later on during the fall. We also have Dow Excavating Inc. We still got to check in with Matt, see if they found that gosh darn CDL guy, that old CDL driver
what?
they need. What?
I'm going to take a vacation day coming up. I'm going to go drive his truck for him.
Yeah. Get a lay of the land, dude.
Yeah.
There you go.
But reach out to DowExcavatingInc.com if you want to, try a different career, or you've already put in the time as a CDL driver but are sick of mother at the house and you want to just get, some hours under your belt.
Sick of mother.
Well, you just got onto that.
What is this, 1958?
Yes, sir, it is.
Mother, I'm
Mother.
You tell me that because I'm speaking
to drive for Matt Dow, mother.
dude, I'm just trying to speak the language of somebody that might want
That
that
might-
job.
Oh, that's your
Exactly.
version of a truck driver?
Well,
Well,
wait a
from
minute.
1958, they're not looking for someone
What about the guy that brings mother with him?
Oh,
who would do that?
There's guys out there that bring mother with them. She
They
brings
bring their
lunch
mom
for the
to work?
crew. Brings lunch for the crew. Cooks for
Oh,
them
there's
all.
nothing wrong with that.
There's
That's fine.
that
She makes
stuff.
carrot cake, cupcakes, and stuff.
Yeah.
well, that would be Vic.
Couple different
She's
ways
the
you can
big
join
one.
up on the show. You can see our mugs here on Facebook. Make sure you follow Seacoast Oldies. And, we're trying to hit the 100 subscriber mark, which I know seems pretty small, but everybody's going to start somewhere. So we've grown quite a bit in subscribers the last few weeks. So go to Seacoast Oldies on YouTube and subscribe to us there. Also, you can listen to us via SeacoastOldies.com, the Seacoast Oldies app, 104.3 FM in Southern Maine, and 1220 AM, your smart speaker and stuff. Really appreciate you guys being here. And also, it's better if you're a part of the show. We have a stacked show. We have Brandon Johnson checking in right around 6:30. We have John Peters for the GNG gift talking at 6:45. But if you want to squeeze in between there, 324-1220. To start the show, we have a couple of results to get to. I'll start things off and say what happened at Lee on Friday night. Granite State Pro Stock Series had their big race. Joey DeWyron picked up the win over Mike Hopkins. Tristan Bodwell won in the Ridge Runners. That's all I know because I can't find any results from Lee. I only know Tristan because I watched her YouTube.
I gave him to Greg.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
want
do
them?
the research.
I thought I was reading them.
go ahead, Bob. I'm just trying to keep the rails on the trail.
Stay in the lane.
Yeah.
Stay in the lane.
He's
Andy.
trying to stay in the
I'm
lane.
trying to create lanes for
We
you
have a
guys.
pre-race.
You got the wrong
Hey, we have a
guy.
pre-show
This
meeting,
shit.
and we
Come
said
on,
it
guys,
3
I did-
times,
I
but
did
he
the
didn't
work.
get
Let's
it.
read the results.
Okay, Super Streets was Cam Huntress.
Yeah.
I think that's 2 in a row for him.
Is that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
Cam's a good dude.
And then Tristan, obviously, in the Ridge Runners. 6 shooters was Michael Yeat. Is it Yeaton or Yeton?
Just call him Yeaton. It's
Crown
Yeaton.
Vics was Jacob Michaud, and Pro Stocks was, of course, Joey Dwyron, who was just playing with Jimmy Renfro.
Just
That's my opinion.
That's your
shout
opinion.
to Yeton though. He like last year he raced at Monadnock, and I worked there, and he had to race with a different class every single week, and he was literally like him and one other dude would show up every single week, and it was so like he would end up winning, so I'd end up interviewing him every single week. But a guy that believed so much in those race cars that he just showed up and supported every single week
Oh,
when nobody
cool.
else would. So it's cool to see him still out there doing stuff. But yeah, just playing with Jimmy Renfrew, you think?
Oh, I know it.
Just toying with
Yeah.
him.
When
Well,
he
there's
decided to
some
go,
bumping
he
and
set to
banging,
the
wasn't
outside.
there?
Jimmy ran him in the backstretch wall, then he popped him out of the way, drove off. The whole front of Joey, the left front fender, the nose is all tore up, and he drove away by a straightaway.
Dude, how about 23 cars starting the Granite State
Yeah,
race?
that's all.
They're
And
getting
good
some
quality
great car
cars.
runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, good show. Good show for them. Nice for Lee and
Yeah.
Ben and the whole staff down there and
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Last week's guest, Cole Roby, is leading the points now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he
because
was
Evan
going
took
in.
a big hit.
He's had a rough couple of weeks.
Well, he didn't. I don't think he did really, because
Well, he didn't even finish. He went
He
2
finished it.
laps.
12 laps.
No, we're talking Evan.
Oh,
hit.
Evan.
Evan
Yeah.
took the big
Oh,
hit.
yeah, Evan took the big
I mean,
hit.
he took a big hit in the car, and he took a big
Yeah.
hit in the
and Casey
points.
Call fell out too for some reason.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Cole didn't have a great night.
But
He got
he
turned
finished.
around at one point, finished, but he come back to finish 10th.
I think what's great about that series is they do a season-long points thing, like a lot of our regional series do. But I think theirs is last year went right down to the last race between Evan and Casey, and I think it's going to do it again this year with some different players.
Yeah.
Cole's going to, I think he's hitting his stride. Evan will figure out what he's got to figure out. Casey Call's always good. So there's like 3 or 4 drivers
Yeah.
that could really vie for that crown this
Oh,
year.
absolutely. Now,
Yeah.
did you get the gun, Kristen?
did.
That's what they gave you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty neat when you get an award that's, the traditional trophy coming from a guy that builds trophies every week. But it is neat what they're doing is they're trying to shake things up. So to stand in victory lane and have, something that's unique, So that's, where do you put that now?
Well, my nephew Bentley, he's 11. He helps me on my race car. He sets my tire pressures. He does the whole deal. He's big into hunting right now, so that was right in his hands.
That was in his hands,
nice,
So
nice.
yeah. Did you tell him not to shoot his eye out, Ralph?
Oh, I did. He knows what he's doing though.
Yeah, he knows what he's
Right.
doing. So no, that's cool. So no, great job down there, and it's good for them. And because over the last couple of years, if any track has fought weather, it's been Lee USA Speedway.
Yeah.
Friday nights, and and then the town that they deal with and all that. So good for them. So I'm going to go to the auction results, and over in the late models, Kyle Salemi, the last month he has been on fire, and if there was a Driver of the Month award, he'd be getting it. So good
And
for
it was
him.
his first win, right?
Yeah, picking up his first win. So great job by him.
And he, contrary to popular belief, I think he came from like 5th,
Yeah.
and he ran. Alan Todd started up front, and he ran down Alan, and he passed him, legitimately.
Oh,
passed
good
wow.
for him.
Nice.
Good
So
for
it
him.
was, it's not, people like to talk and stuff, but
Hey, listen,
it is what it is.
you
And
still got to turn, how
50
many other
laps.
and you got to hit every corner. And
Right.
So I don't care. Who cares? People just like to. You know why they like to talk on Facebook? Because they have if they're a man, they have a wife that doesn't allow them to
Oh,
open their
stop,
mouth.
stop,
No,
stop.
it is.
It's not
like
true.
that guy that comes into work, right? If you have an employee at your
Oh.
job, and I'm saying it, right? You have an employee at your job, and he runs his mouth all day long. You know why he runs his mouth at work? Because he can't open his mouth at home.
You
all
don't
right?
know that.
Tell him that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tell him that tomorrow. When you
This
got a guy
Archie
at
Bunker
work
moment brought
running
to
his
you by
mouth,
Steve
tell him,
Perry.
You know why you run your mouth at work? Because you can't open it at
Because
home.
mother ain't in the truck with you.
Yeah, that's right. So there you heard it right here. So
No,
you tell
no,
that guy tomorrow,
that's
shut
pretty
up,
inqu-
you ain't home.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
Or go home. All right. So in the limiteds, Kyle Hewins, right? Because we don't have that problem.
No, because you don't shut up.
That's right. Home, work, anywhere. Street Stocks. Future guest on the show in about 20 minutes, Brandon Johnson. The Mad Bombers. been a long time since this guy's seen Victory Lane, but he's taking some years off. Got his kids and grandkids. No, his kids in go-karts now. Sean Brackett, Thunderstocks, Orion Tripp, the Running Rebels, Gunnar Jocelyn, Cruises. Williams doing the dishes this week because Lindsay won.
Yep.
Lindsay Barker, and the rookies Chandler Myrick. And then I'll go over to Wiscasset, the Wood and Sons 100 Super Street Race. This guy just had him covered. Nick Morton. Four-cylinder pros was Jackson Moorside. The Crate Mods, John Rickey. The Pro Stocks, Daniel Harding. And you want to talk about something funny? Second and third, they were like in their 70s and 80s.
Been his
Or
grandfather.
60s and 70s,
Yeah.
I guess. Kelly Moore and Charlie Colby. And then this 15-year-old kid standing there with him.
Yeah, but those dudes, Kelly and Charlie, they don't look their age. Kelly looks like he's like 45. And Charlie, I can never tell the difference, like, who's the dad and who's the son.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know because I know them, but seriously, like, you can interchange those dudes.
Yeah. But they look like they were out of place in that picture with that kid. But
Well,
no,
he's
or the kid
15 or
did.
16?
yeah,
now?
the kid's
He's 14. No,
yeah.
they said he just turned
They
15.
said he just turned
Yeah,
15, you know.
15.
Still, I don't even think he's got his driver's license, but it was pretty impressive show that the kid put on. Thunder 4 Minis, Kyle Willett, and then the Outlaw Minis was Zach Audette.
There you go.
No, you can speak.
Oh, excuse me.
Just telling you.
We're not going there. Yeah. Anyway.
He's pushing
what-
the buttons. She's all verklempt now.
Oh,
Between
I'm
the
not.
heat and
I
the
just don't
van
know
and
who do you want?
between
You
being
do whatever you
hot
want.
box
You
in the
come
van.
in the van. My car's in the shop. This
You have
van-
results, Deb?
Huh?
You have results?
Deb, why
Steve?
don't you expand on your day? Like, why you came here looking like you just run the Tour de France?
Well, because I'm in a van that my car, you get in and it just does its stuff.
2023
Except it's not right
AT4
now.
and it's broke.
Okay.
And so I'm in this, I don't even know, ancient van that you can't see out the back window.
Did the A-Team use it?
Maybe, because it's,
It's perfect.
literally black and
It's
window.
all
You know who
black.
usually
It's all
uses
black
it?
No
window.
back
Rick.
seats.
No
Oh,
back seat,
man.
no
No back
nothing.
seats. No
Rick
nothing.
usually uses
no
it,
air
so.
conditioning. Ah,
I
you're
told
lucky
her.
I'm here.
I did tell her though. If you get pulled over by the police,
Oh,
it ain't got a sticker.
so it doesn't have
Oh,
a sticker.
Jesus.
I
Not
don't
even
do
out.
that.
You're going to get
Not
pulled
even
over
run
on
out.
the way
There ain't
home.
one.
There's just
Stanford
no
police
sticker.
listening.
Just call
No
me and I'll
sticker.
tell you what to tell them.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so we haven't had a good start to
Call
the
me,
day.
I'll tell you what to tell you.
Just go. Send
Yeah.
it, bumper.
All right.
All right,
we got?
Mother, what you got for the results?
Well, we've got Speedway 95. So the Dice Arts late models was John Curtis Jr. Street Stocks was Scott Maudry. Sport 4 was Louis Batchelor. Coca-Cola Cage Runners, Eric Worster. And that's it. Yeah, so there we go.
All right, slick stuff. Well, we have an action-packed show for you tonight, whether it's we have Tristan Bodwell in the studio. We're going to join up with her in a couple of minutes, talk about her big win on Friday over at Lee USA Speedway. Brandon Johnson, he's joining us at 6:30, and we have John Peters, who is joining us right around 6:45. If you'd like to be part of the show as well, see if we can squeeze you in. 324-1220, 324-1220. It is Mainly Motorsports show number 707 here on Seacoast Oldies. We're back in less than a minute.
Retired doesn't mean you're done. If you've still got the drive, Dow Excavating has the wheel. Dow Excavating of Hollis is searching for a part-time CDL driver. He'll drive parts of York and Cumberland counties. Local roots for a family company with local roots. Competitive pay for someone who's put in the miles and enjoying the ride of life. Find more information at DowExcavatingInc.com. That's DowExcavatingInc.com. Dow Excavating is an equal opportunity employer. Getting older doesn't have to feel like it's a constant battle. Rejuvenate Canna offers natural relief, thoughtfully made, just for you. No pills, and you don't have to go through a series of specialists to get the relief you need. Rejuvenate Canna supplies dispensaries with the highest quality handcrafted flour across the Northeast. Connect with Rejuvenate Canna on Facebook and Instagram, and stay connected for a new chapter of Rejuvenate. But more on that later. Rejuvenate Canna. Quality, care, consistency.
And now, back to Mainly Motorsports.
Well, welcome back here to Mainly Motorsports, and like I said, we got a house full tonight, and the most recent winner over there at Lee USA Speedway, Tristan Bodwell, and I don't call races with contact controversial. I mean, she felt the spot was hers, and she stood in victory lane, and that's why they have officials, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and your first win in that class, right?
Yes.
Have you won in every step up to that level?
So I've only had a 6-shooter before this, and I had that car for 4 years. I had 2 wins, and it was definitely time to get out of that. And I thought this first season was going to be a lot of learning, but I think we figured it out pretty quick.
Now, how many races have you run this season?
I think probably around 8.
Oh, you guys, yeah. I didn't know there was that much in.
Yeah, so you don't just run there, though, you're right? You bounce around to some other tracks?
Yep, I run Hudson full-time
that's
as well.
right, yeah.
What is your favorite track?
So my favorite track to race has always been Lee. I love the track. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. But I've always done better at Hudson. So it's kind of a toss-up. But I had some hard luck at Lee at the beginning, but it's starting to show me a little love. So
Good for
I'll
you.
take it.
Good for you. Yeah.
Greg, what was your favorite track to race?
You know, I don't want to get off Tristan's topic, so
Well, no.
let's talk about Tristan a little bit more, and then we can bring up how everybody and their brothers posting pictures of Beechridge's destruction. I'm getting disgusted with it, but anyway,
Stick with Tristan.
yeah. So obviously that was what, like you said, like your 8th race in that style car, and you were telling us, I don't know if we taped that part earlier, but you said that you find this car a little easier to drive than the 6-shooter. Do you think does your dad help you a lot with the setup on this car and stuff like that?
He does. He puts so much time and labor into this car. Oddly enough, we don't communicate very well. So I'll get out of my car and he'll
Here's
be like,
my
"What is
dog
it
face."
doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then he usually has to kind of have a middleman I talk to, and then they talk to him, and
You need an
eventually we
interpreter
figure it
for the
out.
racetrack?
No, we do. We really do.
Wow. Tristan Bodwell is our guest. She won a race at Lee USA, the Ridge Runners, on Friday night. A lot of people have seen the video, even if they weren't at the race. Race Day TV, they do an amazing job with their local streaming. Shout out to Mark Beaudre and everything that he does. From the driver's cockpit, from a person who was there, who filled the hole. Tell me about those last 2 laps.
It was crazy. There was a lot on the line. I had the possibility of my first win in that car in front of me, and 2 laps to go. We probably had about 10 cautions in that race. Things were getting rough. I knew who I was racing with, so I've backed out of positions before that I wish I stayed in, and I didn't want to feel that way again. So
I remember seeing you do something similar at Monadnock last year, where you had a fast race car, you were on the outside, you could have easily, well, I don't know what would have happened if you would have tried to fill that hole. Probably what we had happen on Friday night as well. But did it take those other situations for you to say never again? I'm gonna go full on, and you kicked yourself for 5-6 days after for not filling that hole?
it definitely depends what's happening in the race, how many laps we're at, where I am. If I'm in the middle or the back of the field, it's okay to back out instead of wreck cars. First and second, 2 laps to go.
It's okay to wreck cars.
I'll take it. No. But I'll take the risk.
So you changed your number, too. You used to be a 17. Now you're 56. I mean, it looks sharp. I didn't realize it was you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you always had good-looking cars, but, no one usually changes their number just like that. Was there a reason for that?
So the biggest part was the history of the car. My father and his best friend used to race together, and when they would race together, they'd be 56, and I've seen them both in other numbers before, but together they were 56, and that car was built my dad 20 years ago for a customer, and then it kind of got passed around a little bit. Last person to have it was his best friend Eddie, who raced the 56. So even though my dad said it wasn't sentimental, the number didn't mean much, there's a reason they had it, and they still both referred to it as the 56. So it felt like a good change. I think the swap in divisions and cars, I think it was kind of like this new little era.
It's always cool to have a nice little backstory to something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tons of him in racing. No. Like
Racing's-
her father wouldn't have backed out of that spot either.
No. Did he need an interpreter after the race to talk to his daughter?
He told me that I did good, and I'm sure he told me I could have gone faster, but
Are you
no,
serious?
he was proud. He was
Probably
proud.
ranked
do better than
56
first.
first.
He's always got something. He told me that I could have won that race twice. So
Oh my God.
he was very proud of me, but he's always got something to keep me going.
So most of us know, but for those who don't, can you give us a little history of your dad and how you came up through racing, watching him, and who your dad is, first of all?
Yeah. Well, my father is Robbie Bodwell. He's been racing since he was 15, I want to say. His father raced before he did, so he grew up with it, and I think kind of took it over. I grew up going to the racetracks, watching him dirt race, as well as racing at Beach Ridge, Lee Speedway, kind of all around in all kinds of different things. But I have a lot of memories of putting a blanket on the ground in the beer tent of Lee USA Speedway and watching the race, taking a nap, and kind of following my dad around that
I
track.
forgot he raced
so.
on dirt. Remember his sponsor? It was at the Portland show. He had his car. His sponsor on his wing sprint car. You remember it? Yeah. Julio's thongs for
Oh,
men.
yeah, that's right.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
Robbie's a national treasure.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. He actually, their house is like 2 houses from where I grew up.
Yeah.
On 11. I never knew.
Yeah.
You know, so we basically grew up on the same road, generation apart. Didn't know.
But he had a lot of success without putting in, and I don't want to say a lot of effort, but not like it wasn't the only thing. Like he didn't eat, drink, and sleep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We might have thought he did, but he didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had a lot of success though over the years at Beach Ridge and the other
And
tracks.
the,
You know?
Yeah. National treasure.
Yeah.
Like when somebody puts that for a sponsor on the wing of their car at a car show.
Yeah. Tristan Bodwell is our guest here on Mainly Motorsports, here on Seacoast Oldies. For the next few minutes or so, great finish on Friday night. But what was your feeling on the ride home that night after picking up the checkered flag, and just tell me about the rest of your weekend?
Well, at first I felt on top of the world. I felt real good.
And then you opened Facebook?
And then Facebook was a different story. So
Yeah.
I can't say this is the first time that I've had some comments on Facebook about me, but this is definitely the most recent. Took this one a little more to heart.
Well, now you know you've made it.
Now I have haters, so
Yes,
I think
you don't-
that
unless you have haters, you haven't made it.
No matter what, I was in the car and I know what I did, and I'd do it again. I'm okay with my decisions, and not everybody's going to be happy.
The
and
best part
it's
about
okay.
it is you owned it
Yeah.
and you're living with it, and nobody can take that from you, at least. you
I
know?
don't like to race that way, but
Yeah.
I did it. What do you want?
Right. And honestly, I don't think she did anything that like 3/4 of the field in that division wouldn't have done in that
Right.
situation. You know,
Yeah,
including the guy
Well, I was gonna
who
say-
ended up spun around. I mean, he probably would have done it at some point too. I don't know if he's got a lot of success in those cars, so the last few years, so he may not have at this point in his career, but in his earlier days, he probably would have.
Yeah, and it's in those level of cars you see that a lot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you don't know when that next chance to win is coming.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I hate to say this because there's a way to race without doing this, but it is what I would call a bump and grind division. You know, from them, 6-shooters, the Crown Vics, the 4-cylinders. To me, they're bump and grind divisions. Those guys they're made to bump and grind. I'm not saying wreck each other, but
Yeah, you're gonna have some
Yeah.
contact. That's
auto
why
racing's had bumping and grinding since
part of
day
your
one.
weekly maintenance is pounding dents out.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's part of your weekly maintenance.
Tristan, what do you do when you're not racing?
I work, then go racing.
Oh, that's like,
Right now, that's what I do.
where are you working?
I work at the steakhouse in Wells.
Oh, yes. What's your favorite cut of steak?
Have to go with a filet. Filet
Nice.
mignon.
I have some strip steak in the fridge today. I didn't have food. I had to go down to Jerry's Market and get some steak. Learn how to cook some steak in a toaster oven today. Not nearly what you would get at Steakhouse, though. Steakhouse is mint. Love it.
We were headed there Saturday.
Yeah, you see Tristan.
Were you racing or were you working?
Saturday, I was working. Right back to work next day.
But I treated her to the fireworks at Wiscasset.
Right on.
Right. Right.
So what's the rest of the year look like for you?
I am gonna finish out the season at Lee and Hudson with the Ridge Runner. Hopefully, some more victories, some more wins. Maybe a little less Facebook drama.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
You just shut her off.
Yeah, that's not quite my style, but.
Do you still have the 6-shooter?
Oh, I do. I was doing double duty Friday night, but I took my car out for practice as well as the heat in the 6-shooter, and it's not going. It's puttering. It sounds like a bag of change. It's the first time we took it out all winter, so I think she was a little mad.
Well,
I don't mean to sound like this, but it's funny to listen to a girl describe what the car sounds like. That's not
there's money involved.
Yeah.
That's not what. Sounds like a bag of nut and bolts in there, but she's
It's
like,
not
it's a
good.
bag of change.
Does it sound like quarters or nickels?
A little bit of both,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, all right. Tristan Bodwell is our guest here tonight at 324-1220. She's one of the many guests that we'll have. We have Brandon Johnson checking in just a couple of minutes. If you'd like to be part of the show, it's 207-324-1220. We talk about how you have both cars. Do you want to bump up into other divisions, or do you like where you're at right now for the next few years?
I love where I'm at. I think it's suitable for right now. If I ask my dad for a street stock, I think he'll throw up. I don't think he's
just talk
ready.
to the interpreter first.
Well, that's true. That's true. I don't think he's ready to build another car, and I don't think I'd want anyone else to do that for me. So I think I'll be here for another year or two before I can get the ball rolling on something else.
Yeah, there's plenty of time, right? No need to rush it.
Well, awesome. Tristan, you've been a great guest. And 324-1220, 324-1220. Brandon Johnson had a big weekend, too, where he picked up the heat and he picked up the feature. And I don't think he picked up any drama, too, but he's always a good call. Yeah. And we'll talk to him in just a moment. John Peters is going to be joining the show right around 6:45 tonight. And it will not be about anything that he's accomplished in racing, because his racing days, I think he's one of these guys that are going to take some time off. I think eventually he'll come back to it. But one of the big focuses of his career has been really kind of being the steward when it comes to his dad's legacy and GNG's gift, and Brandon having a huge tie with that. Steve, both of those individuals are going to be involved with your track this weekend.
Yeah, we had tried to do this last year and we ran into some weather. We wanted to have a day honoring the GNG's gift and honoring Greg Peters. And so this year we put it together where all 4 recipients of the award are coming up this Sunday with Greg. With Johnny.
I'll be there.
Gail. Yeah, with Greg too.
Perry, shut up. Steve, it's going to be about me.
Yeah. we're gonna use it as a fundraiser and do it as the 2026 version will be the last as they name their last recipient of the GNG's gift. And it's been quite a run as they've had 4 recipients, and they didn't know how they wanted to honor their dad's legacy when he passed, and it's been a tremendous thing. And we were on it that they reached out to us right from the beginning and wanted to do the presentation at the Northeast Motorsports Expo. And you've been a big part of it, and every year it happens up in Augusta. So this Sunday they'll all be there and see some go-kart racing, and a lot of people. And Greg had a big part in, helping a lot of these kids come up through the ranks. So we're really excited, and be excited to hear Brandon and talk about what it's meant to him this year, because I don't really think he was going to race this year if he didn't win the award in at the show in 2025.
Well, you get to ask him, because on the phone I believe we have Brandon Johnson lined up. You are live on Mainly Motorsports. Hello.
Hey, Andy.
Hey, Brandon Johnson, everybody.
Yeah, Steve, you just made me choke up a little bit, because it's true. I wasn't going to race this year if it wasn't for the GNG gift. The car was definitely going to sit on jack stands. At the last race of the season last year, we were racing Jordan Russell for the championship, and I think I was running about 7th place, and I think I was like 12 points out, and I was like, I just can't get out of my own way. Motor, I feel like just started laying down, and I was like, well, I guess this is it. Last race of the season, going to lose the championship, but honestly, I kind of put myself in that position. I kind of chased that up throughout the whole season, and tried a bunch of different things, tried to make the car better, and really just kind of tuned myself out of it.
Yeah, no, and it's so the work you did behind the scenes, you set yourself up to be, this year's recipient, and that hasn't stopped. And all the busyness that you have going on with your program to give back to the the young kids, and then the young kid that you have at your own house, and then your 2025 race season is really going well for you. So you're a busy guy with what you have going on, and the success that your season is having. So where are you sitting in the points up there right now?
Quite honestly, I haven't looked at points at all. We missed a race due to my son Brewer being born on the weekend. So totally worth it, though.
Oh, absolutely.
We definitely decided that being at the hospital was more important than trying to chase a championship. So really, once that was kind of decided, I figured I'd just go chase trophies and wins.
Good for you.
So Brandon Johnson's our guest, and he talks about having Brewer over a race day. Just take me through what that experience was like. Is this was your first? Was this your firstborn?
Yep, this was my firstborn.
How has life changed for you as a dad, or excuse me, how has life changed for you as a man since Brewer has come into your life?
Definitely a lot more sense of purpose. It does seem like that's kind of the thing that I was missing for a long time, was, just kind of going through the motions and going to work and not really knowing what I was doing. But pretty much as soon as he was born, it was like I have a, I don't know what you call it, definitely a purpose after that. But yeah, he's definitely changed my life in all the different ways, but it's all for the best, because I can't imagine not having him.
You're still not going to all those country concerts anymore, are you?
No, I stopped calling in and winning tickets.
Oh, yeah. Backstory, Brandon, at my last assignment, Brandon was a loyal listener, and it was funny every time I hear Brandon, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I think I know who this is. And he won just an insane amount of concert tickets. Dude was at every concert, which he had a good run going.
He's a race car driver. He's got good timing.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
There you go.
So, let's talk about that particular weekend. I mean, you had you rolled off good. You got a heat win. You got the feature win. So it was a great night, and it wasn't possible without our friend Greg Peters. And I know you had you and your dad Ed had quite a bit of interaction with him. What's it like to represent the Peters name as the recipient of, or one of the recipients of GNG's gift?
I mean, the whole thing behind it is, how bad do you want it? And it's definitely, it's tough, because it's hard to describe the amount of effort and dedication that goes into, the setup behind the car, and getting to the track, and getting help, and getting sponsor money, and there's just so much involved. And before he passed, he messaged me on Facebook and said that he loved watching my in-car camera videos at Beach Ridge, and said I had hold the smooth wheel, and he loved watching me, and said he was a big fan. And growing up at Beach Ridge, I always knew Greg Peters, the name, and watching John race there, and so it definitely hits home for me and the Johnson family, because I feel like the Peters family and the Johnson family are so alike, and this is what we do. And we just go to the races, and this is how we like to spend our life, I guess. But being the fourth the fourth recipient, every year I was applying. It was gonna make or break my. It seemed like it make or break my season every year, and definitely was tough to not be a recipient in the first 3 years, but it couldn't have come at a better time for the fourth season there. Like I said, needing the motor rebuilt, and that was really going to be the make or break for sure. If I told everybody, my mom, my dad, I was like, if I don't win the G&G gift, the car is just going to sit in the garage. I just don't have the means to put together a motor, in time for, Oxford race season to start. But that definitely means a lot to me. It's indescribable, the emotions that run through your head when, you cross the finish line, especially 3 times this year, winning the race. It's really, it never would have happened if it wasn't for Greg Peters. So
That's cool.
I'm just thankful to be able to create these memories with my family, in honor of the Peters family.
When you mess up on the track, do you hear Greg yelling at you?
No, not necessarily Greg, but I do hear Randy Harmon say, "You can't be doing that."
That's good.
No, it's pretty cool that the family, came up with this idea, and 4 of you have been able to be the recipient, and others have been, been a part of it, been recognized at the show, and with this year and the efforts that they're putting in, and we want to have Sunday be a huge success for the fundraising efforts, because I know in 2026 up at Augusta, whatever's left in the kitty is gone. It's going. You know what I mean? If it's, 5,009 cents or $15,022 or whatever is left, it's going. It's gone. There's going to be the 5th winner, and all the other stuff is being given away, and they've had their 5-year run, and
It's been great.
and it's been good, and we've been glad to be a part of it, and
So I got a question. We got Brandon Johnson on the phone. We have Tristan Bodwell in our studio, who just picked up her first win in Ridge Runners. And she did it in, I wouldn't say a controversial fashion, but people are talking about it on Facebook. Brandon, you've been involved in some dust-ups over the years. You grew up in racing much like Tristan did. If you were to offer her advice after her first win that was semi-controversial, do you have any advice on how she should kind of handle herself moving forward?
I don't know if I have any advice. I just know that it's your first win. I'm pretty sure I'm doing anything I can to get my first win. Those do not come easy. You don't know when the next one's coming. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for advice on it, I guess, is you just never know. You never know when the next one's coming.
I agree.
Yes.
Although Facebook has thought otherwise, I've had many credible racers reach out, send messages, see me after the race. All of these racers I would look up to and hope that I can accomplish the things they have. And a summary of all their messages is, you did it how you did it, and keep doing it how you're doing it. Race clean when you can, and take those risks when you need to. So I think I did just fine. I'll keep going. Anyone who has left a negative comment, most of them haven't raced, or if they have, I would never wish to race as they do. So I think I'm doing okay.
I think so.
I think Joe Rogan is one of the ones that says you can't read the comments. So don't read the comments.
Yeah.
So Brandon Johnson's our guest. Tristan Bodwell in here as well. We got John Peters coming up right around 6:45. So we got a commercial break we're going to hit in between there. Brandon, we appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know you're stupid busy with your job, and you have the dumpster business going, and you're running 1,000,000 miles an hour with a new family. Congratulations on that. And we're going to see you Sunday over at LST.
Yep, I will be there.
All right.
Good. Can't
Appreciate
wait.
it.
I
Make
appreciate it.
GNG proud, buddy.
Yep. Congratulations
How
on the
bad
win.
do you want it? That's Brandon Johnson and 324-1220, 324-1220. It is Mainly Motorsports on Seacoast Oldies. We're back in a minute.
Getting older doesn't have to feel like it's a constant battle. Rejuvenate Canico offers natural relief, thoughtfully made, just for you. No pills, and you don't have to go through a series of specialists to get the relief you need. Rejuvenate Canico supplies dispensaries with the highest quality handcrafted flour across the Northeast. Connect with Rejuvenate Canico on Facebook and Instagram and stay connected for a new chapter of Rejuvenate. But more on that later. Rejuvenate Canico. Quality, care, consistency. Retired doesn't mean you're done. If you've still got the drive, Dow Excavating has the wheel. Dow Excavating of Hollis is searching for a part-time CDL driver. You'll drive parts of York and Cumberland counties. Local routes for a family company with local roots. Competitive pay for someone who's put in the miles and enjoying the ride of life. Find more information at dowexcavatinginc.com. That's dowexcavatinginc.com. Dow Excavating is an equal opportunity employer.
And now, back to Mainly Motorsports.
We're back, and I got something special planned for Sunday, right? We race Sunday?
We race Sunday.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
He's looking.
Her face.
I'm like, I don't like those.
we're on Andy's show. Trust me.
Yeah, we have FCC laws
Yeah.
to abide by, Stephen.
Remember?
Just a reminder.
Remember?
I got us kicked off the TV show because of the FCC laws.
Well, not
Listen.
me.
Why didn't you tell me this before we started this
Yeah.
project?
She lives with you. You can't look at her and say, "Hey, I got something planned," because she knows you as
If
good as I
he's
do.
planned it, it's trouble.
No. Yeah. So, what Greg loved to do, not you, but the other Greg, right? What was his favorite thing to do every day when he got up?
Apparently, watch YouTube videos of Shinedown's drummer and also watch Brandon Johnson's in-car.
Nope.
No?
Oh,
So-
what do you know?
Every winner at LST Motorsports Park, plus a random drawn finishing position on Sunday, is going to get a Dunkin' Donuts gift card.
Oh, yes, he would bring copper.
There we
Yep.
go. He
Yeah.
loves his coffee.
That idea came from Ken Minot. So
That's perfect.
thank you to Ken Minot for that idea, and I'm going to go get some gift cards from Dunkin' Donuts, and we're going to present them,
That's awesome.
except all the junior box stocks, because there is no winner in junior box stocks.
Give them
Um,
munchkins.
They're all going to get their own little gift card,
I
and
love it. I love it.
from Dunkin' Donuts in honor of Greg Peters.
Love it.
That's
Sugar up the
perfect.
kids, man.
He
Yep.
always had a
He always had his coffee.
always had his coffee. So we're really excited for what's going to take place over there Sunday, and it should be a great day. And John and Gail and all of them are really putting a big effort in.
Yeah, it's we all got these little memories of Greg, and I used to just go over there because I used to work right by there, so I would go out and get out of work fairly early or whatever, and I
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
Yeah.
Can you hear that word again out of you?
I still
Get out of work
I'm just
early.
doing it all the time now. Anyway, we just we'd sit in the garage and rip butts until we had to leave to go get John at school.
Yeah.
And then we'd take the white truck over
Dude.
and sit in the Scarborough, Westbrook High School parking lot.
That's the
And
that's
wait-
the Westbrook version of 227.
Yeah.
80 show. Steve probably doesn't get the
Yeah, he
reference.
does now.
No. Tristan probably wouldn't, but because she wasn't born. But
Yeah,
when
we
it comes to coffee, you Aroma Joe's or Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, Aroma Joe's.
Yes.
Well, I don't do coffee. I do a rush.
Rush.
So,
All right. What's your favorite rush?
right now, I'm a big fan of blueberry pomegranate.
Nice. My girlfriend loves all those rushes.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't know. I just know I go there. It's $5.05.
That's crazy.
That's
Did they send us money this week?
what? Aroma Joe's?
Yeah.
No.
Then why are we talking about them?
Did you?
Human interest.
Do you drink coffee, Andy?
No, I do not. No.
Nice.
Tea.
Neither do you.
I don't either.
No.
I don't either.
Tea either.
I don't.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke in the morning?
Diet Coke whenever I got to.
It's working.
Wow.
It's
You
working
know what?
well.
I've been having the Body Armor Liquid IV thing. I've been having one of those mango ones in the morning.
Mango.
Oh, they're really
liquid
good.
IV?
It's like coconut water.
It's going well for you.
But it's probably like $3 more.
Steve being, look, it's going well for you.
Hey,
You're still fat.
listen. I went. I went into a place the other day. The guy's like, Where's the other half of you?
Oh my God!
Listen,
now we're
yeah.
going to talk about him.
Himself. We got
Yeah.
Johnny calling you.
Yeah,
It's Johnny.
I want to hear about someone thought that half of you disappeared.
Yeah, like it's been amazing the last couple weeks.
Are you
like,
on Ozempic?
I don't know what I'm on. I get a shot once a week and a bunch of pills from her.
Yeah. Okay.
She shoots me up and gives me a bunch of pills.
Like Alex Rodriguez?
I don't know what it is.
Lance Armstrong?
You used to have stories that started with that. That was before Debbie.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Let's go to the phones here. We have a legend.
Those also ended with stealing your wallet.
Another day.
Oh, man. I really feel like this show needs an after party. But we have a man joining our live party here on the phone. Hello, Mainly Motorsports. You're live on the air. Well, we did have him. I mean, I could have sworn. No, he's like, the phone is right there. Literally. Mainly Motorsports, you're live on the air. Hello.
Hey, if you're talking to me, it's your next featured guest.
Yes, it is. All right, there we go. So we had him all along. This is the legendary John Peters, correct?
That would be the guy, a.k.a. Driver 51.
How
and
bad
hey,
do you
Craig
want it?
Emerson, by the way, it's real fitting you bring up those afternoon rip butt sessions in my garage, because that's what this whole show has just been, is that. It's really taken me back.
John Peters? Thank you.
I appreciate you having me.
No, thank you for calling in, John. And we're
Yeah,
really
it's great to be here, and I appreciate everything that we're going to be doing this coming week, so excited to talk about it.
Yeah, really, really excited for not only this weekend, but what you guys have been able to do over the last 4+ years, and keeping the legacy alive of your dad. You know, the guy did so much for so many, over the years with his racing knowledge and just being a part of the sport, So I know it's been a challenge for you guys to, every year and what goes on behind the scenes of putting any event on or anything. So I know we want to go out with a bang, and you guys want to go out with a bang. So we want to do everything we can this coming weekend to help raise some extra funds to, help what you're going to do up in Augusta in January. Really, as Dan Walker, to quote him from his mic drop last year, let's mic drop it for you guys in Augusta.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been amazed with the run that we've had and didn't ever see it coming. I've told the story a few times, but when this program was born, we were sitting in my parents' kitchen trying to figure out, how we move forward after my dad passed away. And we were sitting around, we were putting the obituary together, and you get to that section at the bottom where it's, time to list something charitable where people can donate or send flowers. And we looked around at each other and we thought, well, I wouldn't say this was the most charitable guy. He loved Dunkin' Donuts, which, by the way, a great idea with the giveaways. He loved his Shine Down videos on YouTube. There's not really any charities associated with that, but my sister said, well, hey, he loved to help people. He loved to help racers. Well, I wonder if there's something we can do there. And the idea was born, and we started to put a name to it and put some details around it. And then we said, all right, well, what's a reasonable fundraising goal? And I always try to be mindful. We're asking for other people's money. You have a million ways to spend it. I didn't want to get overly ambitious. And I said, well, how about we put $1,000 out there on GoFundMe? And a week later, we had 7,000. And we were blown away with that. Never expected it. Didn't see it coming. And the support just sustained beyond that. And the program went over really well in the first year. So we said, all right, well, we'll commit to 3. And then a third became a fourth. And then after we got through this past award season and looked back at how much money we had given away, over $20,000 just in 4 years, and we felt like we really helped people. At some point, as Steve was alluding to, there's a whole heck of a lot that goes into doing this behind the scenes. And what was important to us is that we extended his legacy in a thoughtful way. And we carried forward helping other people like he would have done in 5 years. Feels like just an amazing milestone to do that. And then we'll wrap it up and go out with a bang. And it's never possible doing this alone. We've had so many people donate prizes, host our awards. I mean, your set is full of people who have contributed to this. Andy's done voiceovers every year. And then donors or sponsors have come forward and wanted to be a part of it. And that's the only way that this thing happens. And so I just appreciate you, Steve, reaching out and wanting to do something this year so we could put every last bit of energy into it and make this year the 5th and final biggest award year yet.
No, it should be exciting, you know, and the date lined up, all your recipients, and you know they're doing a great job promoting it.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a great crowd. You know, obviously we're donating to the cause from our ticket sales, and I think it's going to be a really big success.
So, Johnny, we have Tristan Bodwell, who just won her first race in a Ridge Runner at Lee on Friday in studio. So she falls into the criteria of what a recipient should be as far as all the recipients that are out there, or not recipients, but people who could apply for this final GNG's gift. So give us a little heads up on what somebody like Tristan would need to do to A, apply, and B, what you guys are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. The criteria that we set a while back is we're looking to help the similar type of racer that my dad would have helped. So that's kind of framed up how we evaluate the applications. So we're looking for New England racers, 35 and under, who race in full-size cars. And then within the application itself, we're looking for people who bring the same kind of spirit that he brought. People that have passion for racing. We throw around, like Brandon mentioned, how bad do you want it? How much passion do you have for this? The second is we want to see that you have an unbreakable work ethic. This was a guy that would spend hours upon hours going over the finest details in the shop every week because he believed races were won there and not at the track. And we want to see that same kind of mentality from our applicants. And then third, we look for family focus. And the one caveat I'll put on that is family isn't always blood. We're looking for the community that you have around you that gets you to the track every week and that you recognize those people are there and you're grateful for them and you're all stronger together. And those are the three core attributes that carry us forward. But on top of that, what we've been so impressed with each and every year that we've done this is the quality and quantity together of the applications that we've gotten, which honestly makes it a very difficult job, where we stick our necks out there. We look for effort that went into the application. We look for connections to the story, how much time and energy you put into that application, how you would represent the program after the fact, and we have to make a very difficult decision at the end. And what I would tell all racers who apply is to truly use this as your opportunity to tell your story. We're not just looking for, hey, we went to the racetrack last year and we won 7 races and we finished in the top 5 13 times. Success is great. We want to know how you got to that success. What are the stories in the shop during the week, in the off season, that made that all happen? And I'd also, I know you were asking earlier for a piece of advice that Brandon would give her. I've got one. I wish Brandon was going to say it, but he didn't say it. Take social media and just turn it off entirely. There's just so much negative energy that can come out of that. And when you are in the spotlight each week and putting yourself out there in the heat of the moment, there's going to be things that happen that some other people just can't comprehend or understand because they've never been in that situation. And it's very easy to, in this day and age, rip your thumbs online and say, oh, they shouldn't have done that, they shouldn't have done this. And you're never going to change their opinion online. It just won't happen. So that's another thing I would coach young racers on now is use social media as a way to promote your program, promote your sponsors. But in terms of engaging with the fan base out there, that can be dangerous. So just stay focused on your program and all those things we look for in every applicant.
Nice.
No,
You know
absolutely.
what social media is good for, Johnny? Looking back at photos of Burger King dinners after Thursday Thunder.
Yes. A lot of good memories that float back every once in a while with all those days that we had, and a lot of them came at Beach Ridge too. So it's always good to look back at that stuff, and that stuff's what looking forward to after this program is gone. That's the stuff we'll look back on and really be grateful for, just the time we had together. That's the other thing I mentioned too when I stopped racing myself was, hey, these days are limited for all of us. I mean, you may have years in your runway, but there'll come a time when you don't get to make those memories anymore. And for me, that was cut short, but in general, just for everybody. Cherish the Saturday nights at the racetrack when you're riding home with a truck and trailer, thinking about changes you want to make for next week. Enjoy those conversations. I know there's always ups and downs in racing, but at the end of the day, you'll just be grateful for the fact you got to do it above everything else.
John Peters, your dad was a good man. He helped us through some really hard times individually, and we could tell those stories, but I also, my number one, the thing that sticks out to me about Greg Peters was when Open Trailer Podcast did a feature on him, and we would do a tease video. If I had time, I would do a tease video for each and every episode. And Greg, I don't know how many times he refreshed the video himself, but he would send me just a text message of 1.7, 1.8, meaning it had 1,800 views. And he, more than Kelly Moore. They were watching me. And I'm like, it's like a lyric that Tom Petty could do, where anybody could, it would sound stupid if it were anybody else but Tom Petty in writing songs. Greg Peters could say something that anybody else, it would sound stupid out of their mouth, but because Greg said it, it made so much sense and you just loved it.
Look, this was a guy that did not shy away from attention. Okay, I think about this often. If I could talk to him, if I could see him again, what would I say? And some days it's very poetic, and I talk about my life and everything that I've done since then. Then some days I think, hey, Dad, we did this program, and it was all about you for 5 years, and he'd be like, dude, no way.
Which picture did you use, John? John, it's about me.
Yeah, no. Hey, how many people showed up to Augusta every year, huh? Yeah? Huh?
That room's full. See that room? It's full.
Yeah, we loved him for that. We embraced that. So that's the Grand National Greg name is true in all shapes and forms.
He would not be a good Xfinity Greg.
No.
No, absolutely.
Well, it's funny that when you're talking about our stories of Greg, like when you now talk about it's all about him, I'll never forget I was, like a wannabe photographer, and I would Thursday Thunder take pictures. Jake was racing the Legends off and on, I think, when you were. But your dad was always like sticking his head there, like, here I am. If you want to take my picture, here I am. Like that it's classic that way. Yeah.
Well, John, best of luck on Sunday. It's going to be amazing to watch you continue to carry this out in your dad's memory and preserving that legacy like few have really in this country. And it's a great service to your family. Say hello to your sister. Say hello to your mom. And, of course, we're always thinking of Greg. Again, LST, when do doors open there on Sunday, Steve?
I don't know. Whenever she tells me to get there.
Gates open at 8:30.
The one question I figured he could answer.
No, he doesn't. I tell him it's time to go, and we go.
Speaking of time to go, to Tristan Bodwell, thank you so much for joining our show today. You got plenty of advice, whether it's solicited or unsolicited. We're glad that you're here and adding some flavor to our show. Come back anytime you want. You certainly got an open door. Greg Emerson, obviously great to have you here, and Steve and Debbie. It's a great little roundtable that we've done every single week for the last couple of months, but we're going to our regular Tuesday slot starting next Tuesday. We're going to be Tuesdays.
Casey's
coming, so we have to go.
Unless the Mainers make the playoffs, which they did. If they keep on going, we might lose another Tuesday. So point is, we're going back to our Tuesday schedule starting next week.
With Tristan here, at least I'm not the best-looking one.
Oh, boy. She saved you all.
On that note, we will go to Casey Kasem and enjoy your night. Thanks to Dow Excavating, Inc. and also Rejuvenate Canna for sponsoring episode 707 of Mainly Motorsports. We'll talk to you next week.
Is John still on?
Seacoast Oldies.
And now, Premier Networks proudly present